right, good morning.
Welcome back. A morning episode, Black Friday morning episode. So no alcoholic beverages. We're going with the coffee this morning.
Yeah, too early for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, and you're out there getting all the Black Friday sales, all the crazy deals,
buying all them TVs and Cabbage Patch Kids and all that stuff. Yeah, we're back on video.
Yeah, back on video.
We're experimenting with some different options here to see how that works out.
Right. We know you guys like to see our faces every week, so honestly, I felt a little sad about us not being on camera the last couple of times. So we're gonna make it work and see what we can do. But man, it's already snowing. Thanksgiving happened, and I already got stuck on the way here today.
We already got snow. It's awesome.
And I don't know where you're all at, but we're in Northeast Ohio, so we get a pretty good amount of snow this time of year. And it's usually hit or miss. But so not much to get into today, but I guess since we're kind of on the Black Friday topic, I was thinking this morning, because I was like, man, I remember when, like, this was probably back when we were still in high school, like when we still lived at home, and how, like, it was always exciting on, like, Thanksgiving, because you knew, like, after dinner you'd be able to, like, get in the car, go shopping in the evening.
Stores were open. Yeah. I always felt bad, like, I always thought it sucked because the people that had to work.
Right, and I experienced that for quite a few years.
You've lived that, so it kind of sucks.
It does in a way, but at the same time, I always thought it was kind of fun too.
Really?
Depending on where you're working, like some of the places I worked, it was kind of fun because, like, especially at GameStop, that was fun. Get in there in the evening, and then, like, because of that company, like, there's always some big new thing coming out.
Yeah, true.
And then some crazy deal that everybody's lining up for.
Yeah.
And then there's a rush. There's just a rush for the whole time you're there, and it's kind of exciting. Even though sometimes there's moments where it sucks and people are shitty, but I don't know. There's something about it, kind of like it's like the entry to the holiday season after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, kind of. You're right.
Everybody's Christmas shopping.
Like that's like the unofficial beginning of like Christmas time. Right?
But I was thinking this morning how we've kind of already lost that kind of feeling too, because I guess. With it starting on Friday now, like officially like Friday morning, most places aren't even opening until like 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Yeah. And I know it's like probably mostly for safety and probably for the workers too. But I know, I mean, we all know in the past we've seen the crazy videos and things that happen at all these places, people fighting over stuff. And then being that all these companies start their sales like a week ahead of time now.
Yeah, typically the week of Thanksgiving, they're starting all these crazy sales. And I think the online stuff obviously has changed that dynamic dramatically. Right? I mean, you can get the deal on the TV starting on Monday if you want to order it online. Yeah.
You know, and then it's kind of crazy to even have a Cyber Monday because, like, the deals are already happening.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about that this morning, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be crazy out. And she's like, well, if you think about it, those sales started like on Monday, so it's probably not going to be crazy.
Yeah,
and then on top of that,
like the Cyber Monday thing's kind of like obsolete now because it's like people are, if they're online shopping, which so many people do,
right?
You're getting the deal.
Cyber Monday, I think, even goes on for like almost a week.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not really a day; it's more of a week sale. But
and I think the retail world too. It's like they start advertising for these Black Friday sales so early, like, a week or so before Thanksgiving, and then it's like they're kind of gauging what sales are going to look like, and then depending on how they're making then a decision, how long are we going to push this stuff because we need to move product. You know?
Right.
So it's just weird.
And I'm sure with like we've talked about the online shopping, I'm sure they suffer a lot from that too. Through their own websites,
Sure. Yeah.
Especially like Target, Walmart.
Yeah.
A lot of these places, but yeah, I don't know. I also was thinking, because like I don't go out and Black Friday shop anymore. It's just not really worth it.
Absolutely not.
But at the same time, it's like not only that, but it's taken the charm out of it too, of what it used to be. Even like going to the mall, like when the mall would open at midnight, and like all these stores got lines, and
our mall sucks.
Our mall sucks now.
It sucks.
It used to be pretty good.
It used to be not too bad.
Yeah, and I worked there for a good part of my life, and it's definitely gone downhill. And
Like the mall, like, and I know there are places, excuse me, places around the country that still have malls that are doing well.
Right.
And we have one that's like half an hour from us. It's doing very well
Eastwood.
compared to our
they do
compared
well.
to our local, like our one that's 15
That
minutes
whole
away.
area is actually growing up.
Yeah,
pretty
it has
well.
grown a lot. But it's like kind of like the whole mall thing is kind of dying off pretty quickly. It's like it's just not a thing.
Yeah, because even a lot of the other towns surrounding us have lost malls and have.
I remember somebody was. I think Abigail was talking about it yesterday, or maybe it was last weekend. I don't remember. But she was talking about how we used to go to the mall and hang out. Like I remember as a teenager, just like going on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And just walking around the mall for like 2 hours,
Yeah.
or whatever. Have your parents drop you off,
Right.
and it's like you think about that now, and you're like, dude, that was like so lame. But it was where everybody was.
Right.
All the kids,
And like you'd
were
see
hanging out
people
at the
from
mall.
school and
Yeah.
like whatever it was.
Yeah.
And you'd get food with everybody and just go look at everything.
Just walk
and
around the
act
stores
stupid. And
Right. Yeah.
it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like our mall has tried to build up that scene, but that scene is already dead.
Yeah.
It's like they did it too late.
Yeah.
They had all these really good ideas and like they tried to make this like college hangout kind of area.
Yeah.
With like with the little like those little bars they have and like the soccer fields.
Oh
and all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. That yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But-
yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's weird, but
So to move on from that, I know we talked about before, and I just couldn't wait. So I've been watching Mayor of Kingstown,
okay. I haven't started the new season.
and I was upset because I had watched the last episode, and then when I finished it, I didn't realize there was no more yet. Because
Yeah, it comes out once a week.
yeah, and then I knew the next episode would be out in like 2 days, so I went ahead and watched it, and it's really good.
Is it?
It's
I'm looking forward to watching it.
it's a high octane season.
It seems like it's
very stressful.
It seems like I thought the first season was really, really good and really well done, but they had to kind of set the stage for characters and all that
Right.
kind of stuff. But after that first season, it has ramped up.
Yeah.
Like there's some wild stuff that goes on.
Yeah, and especially that this season started on a cliffhanger, kind of.
Yeah, you reminded me because that's the one thing that's like you struggle with when these shows. It's a year and a half after the last season, and
Right.
you're like trying to remember how did it end, and then you reminded me that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that scene and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, it's really good though. And since I was already on Paramount, I was like, well, I'm in the mood to watch this kind of show. So I started Landman finally. I've never seen any of it.
What do you think?
And oh my God, the first episode was just nuts.
Is Billy Bob Thornton just not phenomenal?
He's so good. And
Do you know that dude's 70 years old?
Yeah.
He's 70.
70. But I love his his charisma and everything in that show.
That character, the character he plays is just the wit that he has, the things, the stuff that he comes back with. Like,
Yeah.
he's hilarious.
It's so awesome.
He's just, he's phenomenal.
And I can't believe I've only watched 2 episodes of season 1, and it feels like I've watched half the season already.
Yeah, and the new season just started. Like I think maybe has 2 episodes out of the new season.
Yeah, I think I saw that on
Yeah,
there.
so
That's crazy.
I kind of like to wait until they're all out,
Yeah.
so that I don't, just kind of so I can watch them however I want to watch them.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, it's really good though. I was kind of hesitant at first because I was like, not that we've talked about it before, but I'm not getting like burnt out on shows, but some of them start to feel a little too similar.
Oh, yeah.
But as soon as I started it, I was like, oh no, this is awesome.
yeah, I was kind of the same way when it came out. Was the Sheridan show, and I'm like, and they're trying to do the soundtrack's very similar to Yellowstone, and it's like, but it's different enough
It is.
that it's I don't know, it sucked me in. I
love
really
it.
really like it.
I'm probably going to burn through season 1. And then hopefully by the time I finish that, most of season 2 will be out by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been watching a lot of that. Really cool thing that I just learned the other day that I did not know. This is a really cool story. So you've seen Troy.
Yeah.
Wolfgang Peterson made that. I think it was like 2003 or
Somewhere in that
pretty early
range.
2000s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So insane story how this all played out, and it kind of makes you think about how like the butterfly effect happens, and like how if this didn't happen, we wouldn't have this, and so a couple years before Troy was even filmed, Christopher Nolan was writing a Greek war epic. I think it was like he was writing Troy, is what it was, his version of Troy.
Okay.
And or I'm sorry, was it? No. Hold on, is that what it was? Yeah, he was writing Troy, and then Wolfgang Peterson was writing a Batman Superman story.
Okay.
And what happened was the studio, because Christopher Nolan back then didn't have quite a track record yet. Like he had Memento, and
such a great movie.
I don't even know if he had anything else yet, besides like his first film.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Memento.
It was like 2000.
2000, 99, 2000, 2001,
so
something like that.
That was
So
like his
might have
first
been
breakthrough.
Yeah, and that movie does not get the love it deserves.
I rewatch it every couple of years, and man, it's insane.
It is.
But being that he didn't have the experience, and Wolfgang Peterson was like this developed director already, so they gave him the Troy story.
Okay.
Which he ended up releasing with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, and they're like, well, hey, we're not going to give you this film, but they gave Christopher Nolan, they're like, hey, well, let's have you do a Batman movie. And what do you know? He ended up making the Dark Knight trilogy, wrote Batman Begins, which was a hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like at that time, superhero movies were still not like,
they weren't
mainstream.
Yeah.
We had cheesy 90s Batman movies and 80s movies. And that was pretty much it. Like we didn't have anything extravagant yet. And Nolan did this like insane realistic Batman. And then, we got the sequel with The Dark Knight and Heath Ledger.
Yep.
And then Dark Knight Rises. And it's like to think, and the story gets crazier, but to think if he would have originally gotten the Troy movie, it probably would have been great.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But it's crazy that they made them swap, and then Christopher Nolan ended up making this like groundbreaking trilogy that will now survive the test of time.
Yeah, and it really put him on the map.
It did, and now you got like he's got Inception, he's got Tenet, he's got the Prestige,
The Prestige, yeah.
Oppenheimer, like all these Interstellar, all these massive, insane movies that like today are still like real films compared to like a lot of the mainstream that we still get.
Yeah.
And like still a filmmaker who's making like really good movies and cares about the industry and like the
cares about the product.
Yeah, exactly.
Out there. Yeah.
And the actors he casts and everything. And what's crazy now is he's doing the Odyssey.
Oh, he's doing that.
Yeah.
Is he? Okay,
so now he is doing a historical epic.
So he's
of a Greek.
He's doing the Greek. Yeah.
After all, and like now years, having like an established career.
Yeah.
It's just, and
crazy.
It's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it is.
And what's also as fun about it is his favorite movie the last couple years, because this was a year ago, Gladiator 2, made him want to make this movie. And I just think it's kind of a cool full circle thing to think like over a 20-year span that like if these things didn't play out the way they did, we wouldn't have some of these incredible films.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's interesting.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So we watched The Conjuring Last Rites.
Oh.
And you know how they said when they released it, this is the last movie of this franchise, right?
Yeah.
And the way they set that movie up and the way that it ended, there's no way that you can't tell me that they seriously intended it to be the last part of the franchise. I think that was all marketing ploy.
Oh, for
because
sure.
It's like the whole story about the daughter and her fiance,
right.
And that story at the Smurl house. And it's like, they're setting this up that because, the Warrens were talking about, well, we're backing away and we're not taking cases anymore and so on and so forth. And we all know that Judy has this very similar gift, I guess I would call it.
like her mother.
Yeah, like her mom, right. And how what's his name? Tony, the fiance.
Yeah.
Like Ed's like not too keen on him at first, but then they go through this whole thing at the Smurl house where he's involved as well. And I think like the final thing is Ed says to him, "Welcome to the family," or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. I don't think they ever meant for that to be the final movie.
Yeah.
And it also killed at the freaking box office.
It was like one of the
just
highest grossing horror films of like.
And I'm not gonna say I loved it. I mean, it was very much in the same vein as all the other movies, right? But they're well shot. You know, there's enough of the jump scares and those types of things, and the creepy faces and creepy ghosts and stuff to make you engaged in it. You know, I mean, I didn't love it, but it was, I liked it. Right. You know, it was, nothing wrong with it at all.
That's awesome. And I love those two actors. I think have had a really good chemistry on screen for the last however many years those movies have been coming out.
Yeah. How about that? You've seen it, right?
No. So we were going to watch it last night.
Oh.
So you didn't spoil anything really.
Okay.
After dinner, we were like, yeah, let's go home and watch The Conjuring, and we're just going to hang out. After having 2 turkey dinners yesterday, we got home at 9:00, and man, we passed out.
Yeah, tryptophan has kicked in. You are just ready.
So I think today we will watch it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say what I was going to say then, because I will. It's not a spoiler. It's not like a massive oh my god moment, but just toward the end when Judy and Tony get married, there's some interesting people at the wedding.
Oh, nice.
That you're going to go.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that one looks really fun. This was her and I were talking about it, and I was like, there was another show we were talking about we were going to watch, and I can't remember what it was, but it's the Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I've heard it's pretty good.
Have you? I'm not sure.
I
guess for me, like the whole It story, never really grabbed me.
It's pretty bizarre if you've ever read the book.
I don't. No, I haven't, and I've read plenty of Stephen King stuff, but I don't think I've read that one. Just like the story, I'm just
doesn't
doesn't do a whole lot for me. Yeah,
because it's definitely like past supernatural. It's definitely more like almost fantasy in a way.
Yes.
Because of like the story of Pennywise and like
how
he's this just entity. He's not just a clown.
Right.
And like the book, there's so many. I mean, the book's like this thick, but and the movies fail to capture a lot of that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Bill Skarsgård's like unreal as him on screen, but it's definitely one of those things where I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, have you seen the movie King with Timothy Chalamet?
Yes.
Have you seen it? What did you think of that?
I liked that.
Did you? It's slow as shit.
It's very slow.
It's slow as shit.
Yeah.
Like, and Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Is in it.
Joel Edgerton. Robert Pattinson's in it for a minute.
Robert Pattinson's in it also as a king, a French king guy. Yeah, like the whole leading up to the battle.
Yeah,
like there's like an hour and a half of just this, very like slowly developing how this is all going to play out. But and that was from what
teens,
17,
something like that. Yeah, it was like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
I thought it was solid. I mean, I know I watched it a couple years ago and I thought it was pretty good. But
I watched it because I like the period stuff,
right?
And so I'm like, okay, this looks interesting.
Yeah,
and it was kind of slogging along for me, and it's like, okay, and then I'm waiting for this battle. Like that's the part everybody.
Yeah,
wants
you're like
to
waiting
see,
for
right?
that epic.
That epic moment, and it's
right.
like it comes at the very end.
Because all of those movies, like Troy has multiple.
Yes, right.
Like the Battle of Troy and like the battle on the beach and
there's
the fights between Odysseus and or not Odysseus, Hector and Achilles in the middle of the movie. It's like there's all this high tension and octane throughout the whole film, and then like Braveheart's got those big battles. It's you're like waiting for that, and King does not have that moment.
You're like at the end, and
you're like, and I know they tried to go the realistic route where like. These guys are in like this heavy plate armor and like they're standing in the mud. They're just slipping and sliding everywhere. Like, that's probably what was the case.
Oh yeah, like like the when they go to attack them in France and they're like just catapulting crap at them, just beating the crap out of the castle, and that archbishop shows up and he's like what's taking you guys so long? Just go siege the castle, and they're like that's not how this works. We're gonna we don't know how many days worth of supplies they have in there, how long can they last, we're going to starve them out, we're going to wait them out, and then sure enough they're like, okay, we surrender. And then I was like waiting for that to I'm watching it and I'm going, okay, the guy, we surrendered, and I'm like, what? We're not going to see any like real battle
Yeah,
happen.
like,
you know,
and even
and then the Robert Pattinson character shows up.
yeah,
They're
he
like,
was
okay, now it's
kinda goofy.
on. Yeah,
Yeah. I always think back to, this is like peak Game of Thrones, but the Battle of the Bastards episode,
Oh man,
probably one of the greatest
That is-
episodes in the
yeah.
series.
yeah,
Because I think it's a pretty long episode too, but it's like a full on battle for almost 2 hours.
almost the whole show.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
It's just good.
that was a good one.
That one kind of stands up to like the Braveheart battles and
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gladiator stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That was a really well done episode.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Really good.
Yeah. But yeah, I know you like Timothy Chalamet, so I was like,
I do.
I wanted to ask you if you'd seen that.
He's got a lot of good. So, to kind of go over his career a little bit, he had a really small role in Interstellar. I don't know if you remember, but he played
Okay.
Cooper's son, his younger version of him,
Okay. Okay.
just in the beginning of the movie. So he's only in it for a few minutes.
Okay.
But so he had that, and then he's had quite a few indie films before The King. But he's come pretty far in the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere now.
Yeah, I mean, especially
not
with the Dune
everywhere,
franchise.
not like Pedro Pascal everywhere.
Right.
He's not quite at that level, but
But for his age, like I think him and I are around the
pretty
same
young,
age.
yeah.
He's like 30 or something like that. But
yeah.
he has a new movie coming out this Christmas called Marty Supreme,
Oh really?
and it's about a table tennis player.
Really?
It's based off of a real person, but they changed the name and everything. But ultimately, it's a story about this guy who rose to fame through table tennis, and it looks pretty interesting because last year we had the Bob Dylan movie with him,
Yes,
and then we had
yes.
Wonka, and
Yeah.
this coming year we have Dune Part 3, and I know he's probably got a couple other roles, but it's definitely crazy to see, like, after being an indie film actor for a few years, he's blown up
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
for a young actor,
Yeah, he's done well.
Yeah.
So are you familiar with this is totally off topic of movies and shows, but are you aware of this social media ban that's happening in Australia?
No.
So they've implemented a law in Australia where anyone under the age of 16 cannot have a social media
Oh wow.
presence or account, like at all.
That seems kind of safe.
Yeah, but it's like you can't. So
How do you like manage that restriction though?
Well, I think what they've done, because some of the things that have happened have come out recently, like with Roblox, for example,
oh right.
where they're trying to stage themselves as if they're taking all the necessary precautions to keep kids safe.
Right.
They're not.
No,
what
they're
they're doing
definitely
is
not.
just it's smoke and mirrors, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're not doing enough. And that's something we could get into. I think we talked.
I kind of wanted to. I was going to bring that up today
before,
too.
But I think what they're thinking is that these social media companies are not taking the necessary steps to protect kids.
No, they're definitely not.
So, European countries have a lot different rules and laws than we do when it comes to privacy on social media, which I think our country could do a better job of.
Right. It's not that hard to implement all that stuff.
I'm not saying like total lockdown. I'm not saying I totally support like this ban of not allowing kids to be on social media if they're under 16. But at the same time, I think we've all seen and heard enough examples of how awful it can be. And, we've heard the stories of kids that are, exploitation is one part, but the bullying that goes on.
Yeah, the cyberbullying
And stuff like that. I guess as a parent, it kind of makes sense to be like, do you have to be on Instagram if you're 14
Yeah.
or
No,
12?
not really.
Like for what purpose?
I mean, shoot, I know times have changed, but I didn't get a cell phone until like an actual iPhone.
Yeah.
I didn't get one until I was like 18 years old. Mm-hmm. And even then, I think I might have had a Facebook account, and that was it.
Yeah. So I guess that's what they're doing. There's like 10 different platforms, Instagram and Snapchat and
I mean,
whatever.
They're like, and just like with Discord's a very unsafe one.
Yes,
too.
Discord. The Discord is also, I believe, part of
it's it's too easy to access everything.
Yep.
Especially with kids, like if they got phones or iPads, I mean, it's literally at your fingertips. You can literally search and find it and get involved in anything.
Yeah, and I think unfortunately there aren't enough. And I'm not when I say this, I'm not saying it like, oh, I know more than other people know about it. I only know about it and learned more about it in the last year or so about the stuff that is out there. Like we all kind of know, yeah, there's like unhealthy things going on out there on the internet. We get that.
Yeah.
But the extent to which this stuff exists, I didn't realize it's as bad as it really is.
Yeah. And we talked about it a little bit before,
we did.
But the reality of it is way worse than we realize.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And being that there's these like predators out there online
That's
playing a child's game. Like, you know, there's plenty of video games out there that, and like even social video games, like MMOs, those kind of style games where you can have like a social interaction with another person and also be playing a game together. They're a 20 something to 50-year-old man has no business being on a kid's game playing with underage kids,
right,
and exploiting them, and you know, trying to traffic them into these things and get money or yeah, it's just
I think like for me the thing that is so, I mean, it's disgusting enough that those people exist, right? But we're not going to eradicate those people from society.
No.
No matter how good your intentions are. It'd be great if you could, but it's not going to happen. So I think there falls a ton of responsibility. Your parents are part of it, but if parents aren't educated on it, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So there's a ton of responsibility that falls on these social media platforms to be like, you can't tell me with all the stuff that's been out there on the internet about Roblox and what's going on there, that these people, that the CEO of that company and the people that work there don't know this is happening.
Yeah, they definitely know.
So if you're not taking the steps, what are you doing?
They're not getting rid of their most prolific predators. Like, they'll ban some accounts, but like,
that's what they're saying.
The really messed up thing is they're banning the people that are trying to prevent it from happening.
Yes, exactly.
And that's really messed up. And that tells you something.
That's what they're doing.
That's like Epstein level shit.
They're like, we don't need vigilantes on our platform.
It's unsafe.
And trying to catch. Is it?
Not really.
Not really. Those people
is
are
it any
trying,
safer than these people trying to traffic children?
Well, and that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And they're. So we're going to kick the vigilantes out there because we don't need that going on our platform. And it's like, okay, so the natural, logical next question is, so what are you doing about the predators that are on your platform?
Yeah, what are you going to do to stop it or prevent it from happening in the future?
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind at this point that hasn't been shut down.
I know.
That the servers haven't been closed.
I know.
That they haven't killed the game completely.
Well,
but you know what it is? It's because it makes too much money.
Right. And that's the sad part that we're at when it comes to just about anything anymore. Where it's like you have these people that are in this status or elitist status that are making money off of this stuff that's unhealthy for people, whether it's children or adults. I mean, that's one thing, but when you're talking about minors, that's a whole different thing. Like, you are full on exploiting these kids, and you're doing nothing about it because there's profit involved. That's bullshit. Not to mention, what they're doing is illegal.
Right.
I mean, that's like, it's one thing if you have a drug company pushing drugs on people to, through doctors. That's, okay, there's nothing illegal about that.
Right.
But this stuff we're talking about it's illegal. You're preying on minors, trying to set up hookups and getting pictures and all this kind of shit. It's like,
and some of these people aren't hiding it at all.
They don't hide it at all.
No,
they
jump right in,
wide open.
And like there's all these like chat rooms and what do you call it? All these different custom like servers that you can just join.
Yeah,
and they all have like these really like intricate names of what it would be, and then like you join this thing and that people are creating like sex dungeons in a video game. It's like, what is that?
Like, why? Why is that even a thing?
And then, like you said, with parents maybe not even being educated or just not aware of it, you got like a double-edged sword where like they're not aware, and the kids are also young and innocent, so they don't really know how to handle the situation.
No, of course not. They don't know that the person behind that message or that that they're playing that game with or whatever, they don't know that that person has bad intentions.
Right.
You know, you're talking about a 10 or 11, 12-year-old kid. Mm-hmm. They're on there just playing a game. They don't, and then somebody's showing them attention or reaching out or messaging them about stuff, and then it escalates like quickly in a lot of cases where it's like, what they're not equipped to deal with that.
Yeah, and like, yes, in a household there definitely needs to be like, and you know, everybody runs their place differently, but like,
yeah,
a restriction on screen time and like what you can do and how long you can play it, and like having access to it alone. And then also like the company's the real problem, like of them not having more precautions and security and preventing people for ending up in these situations.
Exactly. I mean, there's this group out there that I'm sure a lot of people are not even familiar with, but Google it when I tell you the name of these people, and you can find all of the horrific things that are going on. But the 764 group, what they're doing to teenagers and kids is just disgusting. Yeah. That doesn't even do it justice. That word is not bad enough.
No.
And basically, you know, exploiting people and kids, getting them to cut themselves, commit murdering animals.
Yeah.
And it's
horrific.
Horrible stuff.
Yeah, and like I don't know if you watched it, but Sean Ryan had
Ryan Montgomery
on the other day, and they got pretty deep into that.
I would say anybody that wants to know more about it, he's been on the show twice now.
Yeah.
I would watch both of them, or listen to both of those, because this guy, he has an incredible life story. Mm-hmm. The fact that he's still alive is unbelievable. The childhood that he had, but that's really, but the motivation that he has to try to bring awareness. I think, you know, he would love to catch every one of them and take them off the street. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I think he's doing a really great service for people in terms of education.
Yes.
In terms like the technologies that's out there. How about the little hotspot thing? And I'll just do a quick overview of how that works, because he demonstrated like 6 different pieces of equipment that are crazy, but it's a hotspot. That's all it is. It's like a Verizon hotspot. You can buy it. He bought the one that he had on the show. He got on eBay for like $9, right? So he has Sean Ryan get his phone out, and he basically creates a network, a Wi-Fi network. And then so he says, okay, you go to Wi-Fi. And he goes, all right, do you see it? And he goes, yeah, click that network. And he goes, sign in. So asking you to sign in. He goes, yeah. So he goes, just put in a made-up email and a password. And on the screen on the hotspot, he can see the username and password that were entered.
Okay.
So, like the message is, don't use public Wi-Fi,
right? Whether
you're at a hotel, an airport, because these things can be, you don't know, like, because you don't have a laptop and you can't see the coding behind it, so it looks to you like it's
disguised as a regular network.
Airport free Wi-Fi, right?
Right.
And then it asks you to sign in through your Google account or Facebook or something, and the next thing you know, that person has your username and password.
Yeah.
It's right there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And he did that in about a minute.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
So fast.
Yeah.
Over something you can just buy online.
For $9.
Yeah.
Right. It's insane.
And it's bad enough that, like, you know, in the past couple of years, I've had some pretty bad banking hacks where people have hacked into my bank account, and I've had money stolen and all these kind of things. But it's like, you think about, and like, that's in the comfort of your own home. Think about if you're out at a Panera or anywhere, or even at your own office, and how easily people can access any of your information.
And that's why I use a VPN.
Yeah.
All the time. Even if I have it on all the time, whether I'm at home, wherever I am.
Do you have NordVPN?
Yeah, I do.
No, we're not sponsored, but, you know.
No, I do. That is what I use.
I thought about doing that too.
I just had to renew. I think I renewed it for 2 years for like $119,
definitely
$115 for 24 months.
Yeah,
It's,
come on.
you know, it's like $6 a
safe.
month or whatever. Like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
you're
just-
protecting yourself and your family.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. And you can use it to protect any device.
And not only that, you can use that around the world too, right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, just have it on.
Yeah.
And you could go in there and you can change your location. Like
To,
if
like,
you want to
Europe.
say I'm in Nigeria or whatever, you can select an IP from there if you want.
I've heard
to do
people
that.
use that to like watch like shows that are like in London or
Yes.
like different channels
and it
that
can,
we don't have.
Yeah, and it can be used for illegal streaming certain
Right.
things, but I don't use it for that, but
Right.
I use it as a protection, just another layer of
Yeah.
protection, because like, you get your modem from whoever your internet provider is, right? And you don't know if that's legit.
Yeah, I've had
Or
plenty
not.
of experiences through that too, where things have happened, and I live in an apartment complex, so like,
Yeah.
you know, that is a very high frequency area. So like, these companies will tell you that, oh yeah, you have a lot of traffic in that area, is what they tell you.
Yeah.
So like, you'll call into like Armstrong Cable and like, yeah, I have a pretty weak signal right now. Like my DNS server's low, all this kind of stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, we see high traffic. We'll just change the channel.
Yeah.
So they'll just switch you to another channel, and then immediately it frees it up. And then out of nowhere, I go in, like, we have this plume thing where we can check all our devices.
Yeah.
With our little, we have like extra pods throughout the apartment.
Yeah, to like boost
like,
your
enhance the signal.
Yeah, we have the same thing.
And I went on there and it had like 18 devices. And
Yeah.
I was like, half of these aren't mine.
Right.
And it was like TVs upstairs. It was like Fire Stick this room. It was like a different apartment unit. And I'm like,
people are
can
stealing
you delete all of these
people
off
are
of here?
stealing your freaking Wi-Fi.
So people are getting logged in and
Yeah.
using up our internet.
That was another thing that Ryan Montgomery brought up, which was freaking crazy. So he was talking about how, like if you go to like a sports event, like a football game where there's like 80,000 people there, or a concert, how your phone doesn't, like, it's just slow as hell because there's all these people in this
So much
congested area
interference.
that are using it, right? He goes, the Chinese are doing that on purpose. Like they can create what appears to be heavy usage.
Okay.
And it basically, he goes, one of the things that he talked about was if you're an iPhone user and you're using like a iOS version that's below like 19 or something, it'll just crash your phone.
That's crazy.
It just won't work.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
So they can kind of almost like create this blackout effect when it comes to the internet.
It's kind of scary when you think about that if it was on more of like a global scale.
Well, I think, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. I mean, I think that is part of what they would like to do to us. I mean, if you think about it, like, warfare is not going to be traditional warfare.
No.
I mean, it will be in some respects, depending on what goes down and who's involved. But the cyber attack, like, we've had it happen on small scales where, the internet's down. And not just like it affects, you go to the gas station, can't use the app to pay for gas or your card because the readers are down.
Yeah, it puts their pumps down because it's all electronic.
And we know how people are these days. We've talked about how no one carries cash. Everybody's got a card or app or, using your phone to do it. You bust that down. Now you can't even go to the freaking bank and get money if you want it.
There's a million examples because like in the trucking industry, so like a lot of that's electronic,
Oh yeah.
And we had, I think it was last year, we had a blackout with AT&T.
Yeah.
And they were our main provider for our system.
Right.
And so you're in the middle of winter, in the middle of the week, busiest time of the year, and you're completely in the dark.
You have nothing. You can't.
Drivers are in the dark.
Yeah.
Dispatch is in the dark. The whole company has no idea what's going on. You lose sight of everything because it's all electronic.
Right.
So you're trying to like write things down and like keep track of numbers
Yeah.
and try to call guys and keep everybody in order to the best that you can.
And that's the next step, I think, is like you take the internet piece out of it, you take that cellular option out, and then what if you can affect phone calls too?
Right.
You can't communicate with people at all.
Yeah. What's the thing? What's the military? Is it EMP? Is Is that what
Yeah.
If you have one of those happen, it's just you're done.
We're done. Right.
Everything.
I mean, it'd be utter chaos because
instantly.
now, if that were to be something that went on for like 10 days,
oh my God. Especially in like major cities.
If you don't have access to cash that you get to go to the store and buy food or get gas or whatever.
I mean, you'd have instant riots, loitering, looting, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be just off the chain.
It'd be horrible.
Yeah.
And like if you want to take a country down, that's probably one of the quickest ways to do it.
Yeah, and
Put
or
the, fight,
the
make,
power
put them
grid
against each other. You know?
Yeah, and the power grid. Take that out of the equation too. And
do it in the coldest time of the year.
Yeah, you do it in the middle of freaking winter, and 60% of the country is like, I can't heat my home.
Imagine like New York City, Chicago, all these places that are just massive with millions of people.
It would be just utterly nuts what could happen. Yeah, so I don't know. There's things that you can do to protect yourself, but there are also some things that are beyond your control.
Right.
Yeah,
and like we talked about with the Roblox thing and just everything we just discussed, it's like no matter what scale or like group you're talking about, there's just always some kind of high risk situation that's always happening, whether you know it or not.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's cybersecurity, whether it's minors being trafficked or military stuff. It's all like it's just and like with not knowing what other countries are doing too. It's just it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's and I think I think a lot of people just don't want to admit that kind of stuff can happen.
Yeah, I think most people try to just go through everyday life doing their routine and not thinking in the big picture a lot of the time.
I want to be able to turn on the TV and put on Netflix or whatever, and it's like if you don't have that available to you, you can't use your banking app on your phone. You can't send an email. You can't send a text. You can't make a phone call. What if you can't even charge your phone?
Yeah. What then?
Yeah.
I mean, like right now, if we lost all connection to everything, like our phones, banks, what do you do?
Right.
Like I just got gas on the way here and, I used my card at the pump. Mm-hmm. It's snowing pretty bad today. Mm-hmm. Like for the first snow of the season, it's pretty bad. And just thinking if like all of that went down, we'd be shit out of luck.
Exactly. 1,000%. Yeah. And because when it has happened on a scale where it's like 4 hours or 6 hours, people are panicking, right? Because I can't, whatever, you can't do your job because the internet's down or whatever, or you can't do this, you can't do that, and if you extend that to the point where now it's like, all right, I got like 5 days of food in my house, power's out, stuff's gonna get spoiled.
I can't go to the store.
Can't go to the store and buy anything because I don't have cash. ATMs are down.
I forget when it was. It was like maybe it was last year. I think it was last summer. We had an outage over by us during the summertime. Really bad storm. It was really humid, really hot out, and we lost power. There was no water too for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, we had no water and no electric.
Jeez.
And so we went to leave. Because we're like, well, there's no point in being here. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Got to leave the fridge closed. We'll crack the windows to at least let air in here. It wasn't really helping. But so we left, and then we go down the street. Myers blacked out. All the stores, like basically halfway down 224 were blacked out. And I'm like, so imagine that plus something like this.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's like, I think the crazy part to me is I think people's first reaction is something like you talked about, like, oh, my air conditioning's not working. It's hot as shit in here.
Yeah.
Well, let's go find a place where at least we can be comfortable.
Right.
Right. That's like your first reaction is like, oh, where can I go where there's heat or there's AC or whatever? Not thinking about, oh, wait a second. I have like zero access to anything.
Yeah. And then you're out burning the fuel in your car.
Right.
With the AC on or the heat on.
Yeah.
And then everyone else and their mother has the same idea.
Everybody else is doing the same thing.
So you're out there all burning fossil fuel.
Just driving around.
With no money access.
Yeah. It's like,
driving around in a snowstorm or rain or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that speaks to what you said about how people just want to kind of get through the day
and like that's the way people would adapt quickly.
Yeah.
To not raise any kind of panic, I guess. Mm-hmm. There's like, okay, we'll just do this, and then at some point in that scenario, there's going to be an end where like you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
And then that's when people start to.
That's when the shit hits the fan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's freaking crazy, but yeah. Yeah. The whole thing with like Roblox and stuff like that is just.
It goes so deep, and I've for the last probably 6 months have just continued to see a lot of YouTubers and content creators talk about this problem, and everyone says the same thing to an extent, but like it's just crazy how deep it goes and how after all this time there's still nothing being done about it. And let's talk about like a game that's been around for over a decade now, and that's that many years. It's like the flags are just now finally like raising.
Yeah, now it's becoming more. It's more out there.
Yeah, like the awareness is like finally here.
Sector, right?
Yeah.
Like people are like, wait a second, like what is going on here with this?
And like to think that like there's some YouTube creators out there now who were children when this happened.
Yeah,
and now they're adults trying to also prevent it from happening.
Trying to educate people about it. Because
yeah.
I think that's the only thing that people. I just think that it's. And I'm not saying that you yourself may be trafficked. If you have kids, your family members, and I think it's just general awareness of the fact that this stuff is going on is important to know that it's going on, and we can all be victims of some sort of a scam. I mean, we all get the bullshit emails, the phone calls, the texts, all that stuff, and they wouldn't keep doing that stuff if people weren't engaging.
Right.
So obviously there are people out there that are engaging.
Yeah.
Because they keep doing it.
Sad world we live in.
Yeah. I mean, I think about, my parents, that.
Yeah. I mean,
they were getting involved in some scam type stuff. Not for no other reason than they were just ignorant to the fact that that's what was going on.
Sure.
I remember an example, Deborah and I will laugh about it, about my mom. Like, you get the spam call. Like this is before they had all the, like if the number pops up and it'll say spam risk. It was just a number, and we're sitting there. We were on this topic about how I said something like if I get a phone call and it's not a number of somebody that's in my phone in my address book, I don't answer the phone. If it's important, leave me a voicemail. Not like 3 minutes later, my mom's phone rings and she answers the phone, and it's not a number in her phone. It's not somebody she knows. And it's like she's having this conversation with my dad about, they're calling about like our insurance or something. Mm-hmm. And my dad's like, just hang up. It's not. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell my mom, this is before she passed away. She was very hard of hearing. I'm like, just hang the phone up, and it's like, she's like, I don't answer those kind of calls either. And then, 3 minutes later she does it. So.
Yeah, and it happens in everything. Like last night, after our dinner, her grandparents are pretty old, my fiance, and so they had just gone through getting their wills finished and everything.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And so last night, they needed someone. They asked me to be a witness on their will and everything.
Yeah.
So I signed all that stuff and everything, and they were asking us questions, and their attorney was telling them that they don't need to have a trust. And there were many things in their situation where they should have one. And I don't know if that's like, do you trust the attorney? Should you listen to the attorney telling you that? I mean, technically they're working for you.
Yeah.
If you want to have one, you can have one.
Yes.
Especially if there's things, who goes first.
Yeah. And a lot of it also depends on like what your asset situation looks like.
Sure.
Like if a trust protects your estate from going through probate court,
right?
Which is a standard operating procedure when somebody passes away or if both people are gone. If you have a will, it goes through probate court. They look at it and they go, okay, so a trust is a really good thing if you're a person that has like valuable things. Like you have a
Right.
gun collection or a coin collection that's
Yeah.
worth like $10,000, or you have stuff like that where you say, I want the gun collection to go to Fred.
Right.
That protects the probate court. That protects people from outside of the will coming in and trying to claim that they have a right to a piece of that.
Right.
It's a little different when it's like 401ks and things like that. It's a little
Because you can
different.
get taxed on all that stuff, can't you? Without a trust, in a way. Is there a way you can lose money that way?
Not necessarily. Again, it all just depends because it depends on what it is.
Right. Because like Ed has one because like Alexis is in it.
Yeah.
And he has his gun collection to go to her.
Yeah,
in
and
that trust.
that's a perfect example because it's like when he passes away, if he just had a will for that, and let's just say there's a person out there that comes out of the woodwork and says, "Oh, wait a minute, like I should be a part of this."
Yeah.
You know, why do I not get half of the gun collection, or why
Right.
do I not get this or that or the whatever? You know.
Yeah.
So it does protect. The only thing I will say is it typically costs like twice as much to have an attorney set that up.
Oh, okay.
So that's a factor,
Okay.
right? You know, do you want to spend X number of dollars to just have a will and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and a lot of it too is like who do you designate as the person that's going to be responsible for making sure that all of that shit gets taken care
Right.
of? Like, do you implicitly trust that person?
Yeah.
Typically, people select family members
Usually
to do
one of their
that.
children.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but again, like when there's money involved, people do weird shit.
We were talking about that.
Right? Like
people,
when there's money, like, oh, I got an opportunity to get $5,000. You know,
people show their true selves when
Yeah.
there's a sum of money involved.
exactly. Right. Like, oh, I want my piece of the pie.
We might not have certain people involved in those things.
Exactly. Or just,
You know.
you want to make sure you have the person that's the most level-headed that can make.
Right.
Unfortunately, you have to have, because I've gone through this with when my mom passed away, is that you have to have somebody that can make non-emotional decisions.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that can logically look at it and go, "This is the best thing to do,"
Yes.
without it being, "Oh, but it's the," you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. Yeah. And like it seems now, I don't know if this is just because of current times, but it seems like younger people are starting to get theirs made sooner than later.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably an important thing to do.
I think it is.
Not just because like I guess it's more of like, I guess, but especially with the whole COVID thing the last few years, like we saw a flux of a lot of younger people dying over the last few years in just tons of different ways. And I'm sure it's more of like a safe way to, like, if anyone were, because any of us can go at any time,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, there really is no limit on when you can get your will made. I mean,
No.
really, you can do it at any time.
Yeah.
And I think it's important and it's a smart thing to do, especially if you're young and married and have kids.
Yeah,
and,
if you're
you know,
married and have children, it's important
Yeah.
that there's a plan laid out.
And like
for
nobody wants
how
to do that or have that conversation
right.
because it is a tough conversation.
It is.
And like knowing that it's like you're planning what's going to happen when you die, but it's like unfortunately that's reality and like it's what you got to do.
It's the way it goes, and you need to be prepared. And I'll tell you, having gone through that, you were a part of that when my mom passed away. My dad's still here, of course, but there was like the levels of craziness.
Yeah.
And that's another important thing, is to make sure that like your parents or grandparents like have a person designated as a power of attorney to handle that stuff,
Right.
because you aren't getting anywhere
Yeah.
with getting, Social Security information, Medicare information, medical stuff, just the ability to pay bills.
Yeah.
You're not getting anywhere unless you have that. You're going to get shut down. So, that's another thing that, again, a conversation people don't want to have. But if you don't, like, my dad didn't have all that stuff set up. And when my mom passed away, it was like, I was like, the first thing I did, it said to him, I was like, you need, because he's declined. And it was like, you need to make me, or who, it doesn't have to be me,
Right.
but somebody as a power of attorney to handle all of this stuff for you.
And that's the thing, like the older people get, the harder it becomes because like you can leave your family with just chaos to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially if you like aren't fully there and aware of what's happening, or like able to handle that kind of stuff at your age.
That's what was happening with my dad.
That's a perfect example.
Although he told me everything was under control, we know now that it wasn't.
It was not.
He wasn't paying bills properly. He didn't have things in order. And first year and a half after my mom passed away, that was a lot of work.
It was. It was stressful for you guys.
Get that stuff done and set up. And it's like, you got to go to the bank and you got to go here and you got to get online and deal with the people the Medicare people or the Social Security people, or my dad has a pension and you got to deal, and you have to, and everywhere you go or everything that you do, you have to present that power of attorney that says, I'm the person that can do this.
Yeah. And I think that's another reason why it's important to like, just go ahead and get it done, because no matter how healthy or well put together you are, at any age, we've seen a high influx of Alzheimer's and dementia cases over the last few years.
Oh yeah,
even in younger people.
Yep.
And that's another thing too. You never even know when your mind might start to go.
Yep.
And with all the stuff that we consume and the crap that makes us sick and gives us all these diseases, you just you never know. And especially with an older person, like if your mind starts to go, it's going to be even more difficult to handle anything like legal wise.
Oh yeah.
And
absolutely,
you've unfortunately had to deal with that. And I know plenty of other people that have gone through similar situations, and it's just the best thing you can do is it's not only helping yourself, but helping your loved ones who are going to have to also deal with it when you're gone.
Yeah. I guess, I would simply say you can't be too prepared.
Right.
And you can't be too prepared too early.
Right.
It's just best to just have the conversation, get it done, and then at least have some peace of mind that whenever that day comes, things are in order.
Yeah, I mean, like my dad went so young too, and it's like that was so unexpected.
Exactly.
And
that's a perfect example.
Like you just don't know.
You don't. Right. And this was, with my mom, that happened quickly. She had that fall and then
just declined.
It declined like rapidly, like within like 6
fast.
weeks, and it was like, holy crap. I mean, she was 81, but
like
for the most part,
that, she was
relatively healthy.
Yeah.
She was dealing with dementia. Obviously, that affects things. But she and my dad still had each other and were living independently. And then all of a sudden, it just happens, and it's like,
yeah.
You can't ever be too ready for it.
You really can't.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to go into today?
No.
Okay.
No. You?
No, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Happy Thanksgiving again. Hope your holiday's safe and everybody's enjoying themselves. I can't remember if I said last time, but we are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and Apple Podcasts. So all the streaming services now, you can stream and download those episodes anytime. If you can continue to like, subscribe, please give us some comments. We want to engage with you guys. We sit here and talk to each other every week, but I'd love to talk to you guys and see what you think of the show and like how we're doing, and if there's things you guys want to hear or talk about with us. And I'm willing to open up the doors to like let you guys in and talk about anything. Like I would maybe do a Discord server for this show too, if anybody wants to just chat about anything.
And, we have talked about guests, and that is still, I know we keep saying we're going to have it, but we do have some people. It's just, it's a timing. Scheduling thing is difficult for people.
Yeah.
We currently both have a schedule that works for us to do this show at a specific time during the week. But then when you bring another person into that mix, their schedule obviously affects.
Scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so, stay tuned for the next one.
Yeah.
Keep watching and take care.